It's a lot of fun.
Except when you're on TV, of course.
It's still fun.
It's still fun.
Just a little more nerve-wracking.
Roseann Higgins is my guest this evening. She is the quintessential matchmaker. We call her a romance headhunter. Hello, Roseann. Great to have you.
Thank you so much.
You know as much about probably matchmaking, dating, what people are looking for in other people as anyone probably alive today. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I think everybody believes in love at first sight. I think we hold out for it, we hope for it, maybe we have several loves at first sight, but I think that working with SPIES and doing this for a living in the last few years has shown me more and more that love at first sight happens, because I've had two couples. Well, one couple said it took them until the second date, to be sure.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, and then another couple that got married, he married the first girl that I found for him, and he said to his friends on a long-distance phone call that she overheard that it was love at first sight, and she had said all along that it was love at first sight.
What about yourself? Have you experienced love at first sight?
Still looking.
The matchmaker is still looking, huh?
Yeah, I've got a 5-year plan. I'm 6 months into it. I have no doubt in 4.5 years I'll find him.
Is this talent intrinsic, do you think? Were you always the matchmaker? Everyone had a matchmaker in their high school class. I mean, it was always one person who did that.
I think that I've always really enjoyed getting involved in things, and that always made me meet lots of people, and I was always wanting to introduce them to each other. And then I had a marriage in 1981, the first couple, but I wasn't looking for a career. It was just fun. So I've always enjoyed that aspect.
You graduated from Sunny Slope High School in Phoenix.
Right.
And then you went to...
Well, I didn't exactly graduate. If you really want to get technical, I have a GED.
Okay.
I have 1/4 credit left, and that's...
Then you went to the Navy.
Then I joined I went to modeling school, then the Navy.
Okay. What did the Navy show you? What did the Navy teach you that has really helped you with SPIES?
So the biggest thing that they drill into you over and over from the day I entered at boot camp to, I've been in 20 years, 10 years full-time, was being mission-oriented. Determine where your target is, what's your mission, where you're going, and then get there. How am I going to get there?
How has this helped you with SPIES, which, by the way, stands for?
Single Professional Introductions for the Especially Selective.
I love the name, though. I love SPIES.
Thank you very
much. Catchy.
How has it helped me? Everybody that works with me has a unique search. Whether a woman hires me and she's 30 or 40, or a man hires me and he's athletic, or he wants to travel around the world and he wants somebody to who would enjoy that. Everybody's got a very select search of what they're looking for. So I have to figure out what that is. I spend at least 2 hours getting to know them. I have them fill out a 78 question profile. And I just get to know the person as much as I can. So I know what my target looks like. And then I start looking either at events, or I also look at the 2,100 people I've already interviewed, and I just go one by one and I go, this is it. Or maybe this and this and this and this are really close.
Do you find people really open up to you? Why do they open up to you?
I think that most people are really open about this as a topic. If you were not even in this profession, you talk with your girlfriends about being single sometimes. Even if you're married, somebody's single, talking about, do you know anybody single? So it's very easy to talk about it. And it's fun, and it's talking about yourself. It's like therapy. One girl came in and said last week, she's so good, I get to talk about myself for 2 hours.
Well, Roseann, as women, what are we looking for?
Ooh, there are some things that most women are looking for that are pretty common, that we share. If we all wanted the same guy, we'd all like each other's boyfriends, and that never happens.
That wouldn't be any good.
And it doesn't happen.
Right.
And so what I found that most of the women that I know are looking for is honesty, number one. Honesty and a sincere, nice guy. Then sense of humor, somewhere close after that. We want somebody who will make us laugh, who's fun. We want somebody who is intelligent. We want somebody who's financially secure. But if he has all the money in the world and he isn't honest and he isn't nice, it won't matter. And then we want somebody physically fit and active, somebody who can participate in life with us.
What's the number one priority across the board for women? Usually, common thread.
Honest.
Honest?
We want an honest, nice guy.
Do we want someone to communicate?
Well, communicative is up there.
Men won't communicate. As a rule, they're very hesitant to communicate.
I think if they're looking for the right person, or if they're ready, if their mindset's there, they're communicative. But if you set up a guy with a girl that he doesn't want to be there with, it's a dud date. It won't matter how great she tries to be exciting for him and how many fill in the blanks she does. he won't ante up his real personality.
Have you arranged some dates that turned out to be lemons or duds or?
Not many. Over 90% of the people that I introduce, because I have screened everything. I've screened his age, I've screened her age, I've screened his height, I've screened whether he's got a mustache or a receding hairline, I've screened whether she's got particular body shape that he's looking for, I've screened religious preferences, everything you possibly ask for in a person, I've got it all. So, and then they've looked at full-length pictures. Men are really visual. So if they've passed all that, by the time they get to the date, this is somebody they really want to go out with. So the odds of them not liking each other, because I know them both too, is really slim. But I have had maybe 2 people who met and it went like this, because maybe they were both too much alike.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 2 outgoing people.
Do you have to maybe guard against that, putting people together who are too much alike, because you're friends with both? I mean, you get to know. This is like matching friends. You operate this like we were matching up friends. I think this is what makes it so successful.
It probably is, because it's not an uncomfortable where you've gone into somebody and you've filled out something, you throw it in a book, and you know you don't know anything. Nobody's there to
There's
say,
a
hey,
personal touch here.
Yeah, and I'll tell a girl if I feel like, you know what, he's really outgoing and he's really talkative, or if he's shy but he opens up. Girls are sensitive to that, so to be able to give people that insight. One girl really liked it that I introduced. I found her through her father, who I met at the U of A Board of Directors reception. Well, maybe I shouldn't have revealed all that, but there's a lot of fathers there. Anyway, I introduced her to an attorney, and she grew up around attorneys, which was really good. And she said what really liked her was she knew that he already liked her based on everything he'd heard, and it buoyed her confidence, and they're still going out.
Oh, you must literally talk to people in the grocery line, at meetings, at events.
I picked out a girl standing
at the hairdresser, at the movies.
This was at a hockey game. I found a girl at the airport.
What triggers this thought? What catches your eye?
Oh, usually if she's attractive and she looks good. If it's a woman that I'm looking at, most of the men are looking for somebody that they would be physically attracted to. So if she's wearing nice clothes, she's got her hair done nicely, and she looks nice. She has to look nice, because some girls can look very attractive, but if they don't smile, I'm not going to talk to them. But a guy, let me see, a girl wants a guy who's usually well-dressed. Even if it's jeans and a white t-shirt and a blazer, we like somebody who's got a little bit of style. Or he could be in t-shirt and shorts hiking, but, you know, I can see that he's fit. Or, I don't exactly hit everybody on the trail, but, you know, they're looking for somebody who's well-kept first, and then if they smile, that gives me the, hey, they might be a nice person, then I start talking to them.
When we found out what women are looking for, when we come back, we're going to find out what men are looking for. Back after this with Roseann Higgins.
Luncheons.
In case you've tuned in late, Roseann Higgins is my guest, and she is the quintessential matchmaker. She is the founder and CEO, if you will, of SPIES. And this is I want to call it exclusive, but your list of clientele, your contacts, and your clients, you really run the gamut. You cover all walks of life, don't you?
Right. If I had to say exclusive, I don't really like that, because it's really for single professionals. And not every gentleman who's hired me is necessarily looking for a woman who's an attorney or a physician. He may be looking for somebody who's just nice and intelligent.
Are there some men still looking for the homemaker?
Yeah, there are. There are.
What are men looking for?
Well, let me think. Number 1 and number 2 are always somebody who is attractive to them. And sometimes that means stunning, sometimes that means just attractive and healthy looking, sometimes that means outdoorsy. Then number 2 is usually slender medium, up to 10 to 15 pounds overweight. I'm not sure where that 10 to 15 pounds are, but I show pictures and I let the gentleman take a look at it, and if he deems that this is within what he wants, then I'll let him meet her. Oh, and then the other qualities.
Okay.
There's a bunch of others that come after that, but if those first 2 aren't met, they won't go out with them. But once I've met those 2, that's usually when people come to hire me, because they can spot girls that are attractive and have a good figure on their own. But what they're coming to me for is they aren't able to meet the girls who are also intelligent, nice. Nice is a big commodity, especially if a man's had a bad experience and he's gone through a divorce. Same thing for women as well. And then intelligent, nice, financially and emotionally secure.
You've met, if these are people who can meet and get dates on their own.
Right. I have some people that are just gorgeous or just attractive, nice people.
Okay, but then why would they come to you? Why would we come to SPIES?
Because sometimes their circles don't yield them the people that they would like to meet. Like I had a couple get married New Year's Eve, and he was an attorney, partner in an insurance company with his father, married forever. He said getting back into the dating scene, he was only 47, but 20 plus years was a lot. He was thinking the dating scene would be terrible to have to go back out to. He didn't want to go out to bars. And I had a woman who had hired me who was a single mom. They both had 2 daughters. She lived on the water. She raised her children. She really didn't have access to meeting men that she would be able to date at all. So they both were nice to the bone people. You know, where you just go, this is somebody I'd like as a friend automatically. Mm-hmm. He served, he used to race mountain bikes or was it motocross, and good-looking guy, and they just fit. It was their first date. They got married to each other. Their first introduction to me.
We tend to think love at first sight is the only way that this can happen. Does many times this go over a period of time and people decide, how many people marry from your service?
Well, let me see. 13, one good statistic, 13 people who've married in the last 3 years. I've had 22 people get married. 13 of them married one of the first 3 people I introduced them to. Mm-hmm. One gentleman, it took me 11 months to find him 3 women, and the 3rd woman, I called him up and I said, the order you placed just came in. She was a school teacher. She's nice. He said that his friends thought he'd be best with a librarian, and I thought that was really cute. He was very sincere, and he's a nice guy. Midwest OP type, you know, shirts, and had a dog, a cat, and a turtle. And I found him a school teacher, and I asked her what she did for fun, and she said, I like to go to libraries. And it's just like, so sometimes, after the first date, to get to your question about love at first sight, she said she was so nervous on the first date she could hardly eat. It was a 4-hour and 15-minute first date. He said, after the first date, Roseann, you're right. She has all the qualities I'm looking for in somebody I'd want to marry, but it's too soon to tell. And I thought, he said he'd be more nervous on the second date now that he knew she had all that. They dated for, I think, 1.5 years. I asked them 8 months into it, how's it going? And they both said about the same thing. I think it's going rather well. It was just really perfect that they would both have that same kind of, you know, slow pace, just a nice even keel. They're sure about it. You know, they enjoy each other's company.
We've been talking about romance up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Your service is also ideal for people who are trying to make business contacts, and the tips you give to people about meeting people apply to your career. You say that you can meet anyone you want if you put yourself in their path.
True.
You have met many famous
Unless
people.
you show up looking like somebody they don't want to talk to, or you say something that makes you somebody they don't want to talk
You've
to.
met many famous people.
I have.
Walter
But there's tons of famous people, so many's a relative term.
Okay, you've met Walter Cronkite, you've met Jay Leno, you've met, let's see, Tony Robbins, Susan Anton, Steve Allen. You've met a myriad of people.
Mm-hmm.
Are most people receptive when you ask permission if you'd like to introduce yourself?
The famous people, they're doing it because it's their profession, it's part of who they are. They are used to people knowing them without actually having ever met them. People that are single, if I'm going up to them, or even if they're married, if they're a good-looking person, they're dressed nicely, they're at a professional function, I'll go up and introduce myself to them, and maybe they know somebody. I don't have to have an introduction with every person I meet. I just want to meet people. If they know what I do, they can possibly tell somebody else.
Tips we should know, tips we can practice on our own. If we would like to meet that
you're in a crowded room.
person.
Find somebody who matches something. Maybe there's something about them that you could talk about. Maybe there's something about their outfit, something about like your necklace. I asked you, if you were growing it.
This was 1, 2, or 3.
Let me see. You could, if it's somebody you know something about, ask them a question. If they were the keynote speaker, I've gone up and been successful at recruiting several keynote speakers, from national broadcasters to motivational trainers. And I just went up and said, you know, I really enjoyed your presentation. This is something in particular that I got out of it. By the way, I would love your advice. Could I call you? Who's going to say no? So I'm very sincere. Whatever it is you ask for, you have to be sincere about it. Don't just make something up. I really would like anybody's advice if I've asked them for it. Let me see. If it's for somebody you want to go out with, that's all predicted by the occasion.
Different. That puts a different.
And you don't know if you.
It's easier. I'm sure it's easier for you to go up to people.
It's easier for me because it's not for me.
It's not for you. Yes.
Right.
If it's for yourself, then
if it's
we
for
become
myself,
very hesitant, reticent,
Maybe
tongue-tied.
Not very, but tongue-tied definitely happens.
Back after this. Don't go away. You and your people do extensive background searches and references and research on your contacts.
I have a private investigator who does a criminal record search, a DMV verification, and a Social Security verification to determine the people are who they say they are, that they don't have repetitive DUIs. If anybody has a DUI, I ask about the circumstances of it because I'm really trying to keep this a safe process of meeting somebody.
All information is confidential.
Exactly.
Files are probably
I don't do videos. I don't publish photos in a book. I do show full-length photos in the interest of making an introduction, but for instance, if I have a TV broadcaster, the last thing I want to do is have everybody shopping through and go, and then tell all their friends, and that's the last thing that they want to have happen as well. So whether you have employees working for you and you don't want them to see that you're doing this, whether you've dated somebody in the past and you don't want them to see that you're doing this.
You write 2 columns.
Right, called Working the Room, and they appear in Biz AZ, which is a glossy 4-color magazine, and the Local Business Front, which is in Scottsdale Air Park. It's a newspaper. And then I also do interviews, one-on-one interviews with some really nice people like Harvey McKay and 2 authors of the Chicken Soup series, Mark and Chrissy Donnelly.
How do you decide which functions, which meetings, which social events that you're going to attend?
Number of people attending, type of event, and availability to meet people. For instance, the Night Flight Golf Tournament put on by the Scottsdale 2030 Club is a phenomenal place to go. They have a party after it, and if you don't know about it, it's a great place. A luncheon is good. If I'm trying to get men, a lot of times they don't go anywhere without a date. So the way to get businessmen for me is to meet people in a business setting. So that they can see that I dress okay, I might be articulate, I might know nice women based on stories that I can share with them about who I've introduced or where I've found women, whether it's beauty salons or the health club or in the mall or at the Arizona Women's Festival or at the McCain Women's Conference. So I have to paint the picture for the men when I find them. But the only way to really find them alone a lot of times is to go to things like the Economic Club of Phoenix or the Entrepreneur of the Year Awards or the Arizona Innovation Network Awards. And I'm not ruthless when I go to those things. I just try to be nice. I'm on the CEO Reception Committee for the Enterprise Network, which is a great networking organization. And then word gets around. If I'm good at this and I set up one great date, usually the woman on the date will tell at least 3 of her friends.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, the guy will probably keep it a secret so he doesn't have to share the pot.
Have you had to fight the stigma attached to dating services?
Oh, definitely. If I had been anything else than a romance headhunter or entered the dating service as an industry, I would have been much more successful, much quicker, but I've had to build this one relationship at a time. I never could have done this through telemarketing. I never could have done it through direct mail. You can't tell anything about a person on the other end of the phone or on the other end of the postage stamp. And this way, being able to go up to people one by one and just meet them and become friends. I've been able to grow it, and then I give them a great date. I make sure that if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to make it as good a date as possible.
Common thread running through the famous personalities that you have met, and you've met your share. Let's take, we spoke of Walter Cronkite, a very high profile, very powerful man. Common threads running through most of the famous people.
Well, what do you mean by common thread?
In their attitude toward you as a person, you as a human being.
That's good. As a business owner, I have to communicate with them as a business owner and an entrepreneur, not just as a woman who owns a dating service. And so I'm able to just talk with them and visit with them.
That's you at a fundraiser, probably.
That's a cystic fibrosis event. Yeah, meeting Jay at a...
Jay Leno. Is he as funny in person as he is on TV?
Oh, he was cute. He said, come to Papa. And Steve Allen was... I couldn't believe that this man has composed 7,500 pieces of music.
A lot of people don't know that. Right.
Yes. Very on the go. Dan Quayle, I was actually on the inaugural committee for President Bush and President Quayle when I was on active duty in the Navy. And Steve Garvey, very nice. He was signing baseballs.
Baseballs. I was going to say, did you have your baseball signed? Did you have a baseball for him to sign? Do most, Tony Robbins, do most people, are they very, very receptive in giving autographs, do you feel?
Oh, yeah. And if they aren't, I would never ask for one.
Really?
And I don't really...
Can you feel that?
Yeah, I think you can. Susan Anton, we sat by each other.
Oh, gosh, you look like sisters.
At, I wish. That was a bad face day.
No.
And Andy Rooney, that was great. That was at Maker's Mark Distillery. Right there at the distillery on Derby Day.
He is something.
He said, look, she's got her eye on me. I think she wants me for her service.
Did he? I like that.
Maury Povich at the Ovation Golf Tournament.
Ages. The average age of people who come to you, whether client or contact.
The best success I have is with women that are anywhere from 22, 23 to start, up to, say, 55. After that, it's really hard to find men, and men who will date women that are close to their age. Those are the two things that make that difficult. Men, I can work with them from, say, usually women are looking for somebody mature, so 25, 27 to start, and then on up to, say, 70.
In our conversation, I have thought we have taken romance headhunting to a new level, matchmaking to a new level. I like the way you say it better. I'm going to quote you. The way we romance headhunt is still the same. We've grown and a few of the details have changed.
Many of the details have changed.
We do it a little bit different. Are we making it very sterile, though?
No, because I get to know people. And when I call you up, it's fun. I'm telling you things like, let me see, he's 57, he's tall, he's broad-shouldered.
Just like a girlfriend.
Yeah, he's good looking. You come, he's got all of his hair, it's parted on the side, he's kind of studly. There were two girls in the room when they saw me meeting him. They both wanted to meet him. He's successful, he has a home that's got a great patio.
And he's just going to love you.
Yeah, and he's everything you wanted, and he wants to meet you. And that's exciting.
What's ahead?
Wow, everything's ahead. I'm actually re-imaging SPIES just a little bit, developing some more of a corporate look, but still fun. I'm coming out with a newsletter and a social calendar because a lot of people want to know, where am I going? Mm-hmm. Even if they can't hire me right this second in their lives, everybody wants to know, where are you going? What else is happening? A lot of strategic headhunting. And then other cities.
Right now we have to go home. I'm sorry. It's been delightful talking to you. We could go on another half hour about all this. This is Girl Talk. I love it. Thanks for watching. Good evening.